seconds of sort of meandering, sort of dawdling. Let's continue what was going on here. And check the view also, I guess. How is that looking? Most of that's gonna show up, maybe? I don't know. I mean, it's supposed to be working. I hope so. So, we're gonna right click to go back in here. I don't know if I had like my notes. Hi Kai. What's happening with you today? Oh my goodness. I'm having like a weird day, but nothing better than to get weird with all of this. Clicking into assist, you're saying meaty giraffe. ASMR gameplay, just what I ordered. You know what? I don't know if we've had too much of a like loud noise so far, but it's been less than 2 minutes. It's been less than 2 minutes. Alright, so we're acting on the connection point, and this is really cool, but I have to like find any notes there were. I love this thing. Hi interloper, repairs are continuing apace. Nothing to share yet. And you know, I usually expect quite a bit more from the, what's it called, this little buddy. And hello to Widow Rars. My goodness, right as you showed up, I felt a enormous amount of booger appear in my nose, but I can only assume that it's not visible. Alright, so looking for notes on this cool game with my face cam visible in like a strange place. And where exactly do I have some? It was mostly my girlfriend sending me a ton of notes. You're saying that's me, I am the booger. Of all the things to happen. And did I give did I give a hello and an acknowledgement to Sexy William with Meaty Giraffe? Hey, that's really making me imagine a meaty giraffe. Okay, and hello to Cosmozoan. How are you? Everyone's missed the secret last time. I don't know if I should if it should continue therefore being secret, but secret is too strong a word. But here we go with entering the void. And you're talking about asking a secret? I don't know. It was here in the last stream, but if you've missed it, perhaps you've missed it. All right. that's no approach to lore, I know. All right, where was I going into next? Okay. So there's things in the memory hole. All of this absolutely does not lend itself to large pauses between anything, so if I try to get my bearings, where will I go? To their waters, there's the void, there is like a memory hole, I think. It was at the bottom of some screen, if I keep looking around. Wow. Whoa. Dull contrivance. Maybe we can't get in there, but it's still incredible to witness. And Crystal, oh hey, wait, I can't remember if this is your first time seeing a little bit of this game. I should put a clearer warning for like eye strain and stuff, because that's the colors of it, right? We're in some space, a little twinkle, and Williams proclaiming the secret is you, right? Alright. Okay, so this right up in here can help us regain bearings, and my girlfriend's sending me some Valentine's cookies right on the dot of the hour. Alright, and this is saying, don't forget you moved Akazet's ship to the ocean thought space. Kinda wild it can just move like that. About the void, I have some questions. You're saying eye strain is my middle name. You're saying you're the unlockable character. Oh my. About the void, I have a question about this thought form. Alright, hit me. Dull contrivance. What do you know about the dull contrivance? I don't know too much about it other than that it's still up there. And apparently no organic life can pass through it and live, so only the corru could come through. At least that's what they said in some old interviews. Me personally, I think they just don't want us coming to visit their homeworld. Sorry, I was checking the logs. Apparently your mind spike is saying it's a connector thought form. Maybe we could get some proper looks at a Besky with this thing. If we can find a way to repair this stuff anyway. Wait, maybe we can look at their home planet? Is that what I'm reading here? Is that what I'm reading here? We could see the home planet? Oh dear. Okay, so go on back. And then you're saying today is descend to Valentine? Yeah, that's what's happening. I'm happy for people who don't know about it, who have no knowledge of it. And anything else on your mind? We could have some questions in general, and there's the who, what, why, with unused responses. I guess what. And Widow Rar saying it's the day of love and breakups. Oh, okay. We can just ask what are choruses and the call and everything. I think I went through it in my unsaved playthrough, so I guess back into the waters. Yeah, let's go in the waters. I wonder if I can ever so possibly make my way through any of this fast enough. Wow, hello interloper. And then there's a proxy friend. Oh, it's not the one we already met, huh? Examine. The connected to central assistant. Wow, it looks so much bouncier and different than the other things in here. Act. Greet. Not right now, please. Okay. Difficult to speak through proxy. Conducting membrane reviews. Be on your way. A membrane incision. Wow. I was expecting to find a ship here. You're saying why is the chat so quiet? Well, everyone's just busy. And then here's an Ardal vessel. Ooh. I think I surely must have 90 minutes to an hour. I know that's so short, but oh my goodness, I'm in a tizzy. Let's act, and you could rise, you could examine. Just put it into the sea. You're saying, boo, boring. This is your time to sleep, isn't it? Because this is quite a bit later. I mean, thanks for stopping by. You're saying you actually need to do that. And then, oh, my girlfriend has sent me some cookies. How very excellent. Let's check that out. And okay, right outside the door is what's being said. Now that's down some stairs, I shall say. Oh, we got a picture. Okay, I mean cookies coming onto the stream, I guess. Not a long time. I can't tell how much of that was audible. How how much voices did you hear? You get some of my mom out there? Get a little bit of my mom. You're saying it's your time to eat. You sleep in 4 to 5 hours. And we're talking of sharing the cookies. Oh my goodness. You're saying, can I be your Valentine so I can have cookies? You know, lately I'm learning about like doing stuff for your family, and then Cosmozone with the hints. Membrane incision is a thing we're checking out. And there's Crystal Palm saying, I'm watching you play this game while also watching a family member dance in a dance peak Valentine's Day. Oh my goodness, the activities are all coming together. I do suppose. All right, a little check on lighting or something since I set it out of the way to leave, and then there is in fact a still hot, a still fresh cookie up in here. Not to advertise on them too hard, not to be too ridiculous about it, but it is a melty. For some reason, sometimes I am told to feed the camera like the mukbangers do. Okay, like nom. There's everybody Valentine. They're crispy around the edges and melting on the inside, and I do have a good time with it. What do you mean close up? Like this? Like this? You're saying you watched a dance show today and it was your best friend? Wait, like a performance kind of a thing? Simply wonderful. And then, yeah, Crystal Palm saying 2 live streams at the same time. Call me ambidextrous or whatever it is. Oh my. Whoa. And there's guys stealing the cookies. It's this many cookies. when my family saw me taking it upstairs, they were like, I mean, would you offer to share? Maybe, perhaps. And I was like, I'm in the middle of something. I'm gonna keep going. You're saying you pull back before I can bite. You're cheating. No. Okay, where's your bite? Where's your bite? Okay, you're eating something very much. How long is this? What are you doing? Snail bites. There's. Oh, yeah. Is fresh and melty. Okay. So this has been a cookie detour. This has been an incredible cookie detour. And then you're saying there's like a musical. Oh my goodness. That's like, do you know the name of the musical? That's remarkable stuff up in here. And what else am I looking at? You're saying you can't do it. There's some kind of glass in the middle. Oh, this could be due to the nature of whatever this format is, you know? The nature of a stream, perhaps. So here's all of my, it feels like most of the times I've streamed corru, there's been some kind of a bizarre interruption, but this one is very sweet indeed. Thank you, baby. Thank you. This. Okay. I'm looking at membrane incision or something. This music, it kind of slaps or something. And then there's Crystal Ball saying, I don't need your cookie, I've got my own chocolate oatmeal. Well, it's been a minute since I've seen a chocolate oatmeal. You can examine the shore, and then they have a 3-eyed performance. Oh, 3-eyed. Wait, if every year they call like an eye or something, then this is all like metaphorical, and then you're talking about breaking things, and then I think I keep whoa I think I keep trying to click on this thing, but wasn't quite finding it. Okay, well, what hints? Membrane incision, and that's the thing that I was clicking on, but where do we get with this? Oh, act. Whoa. And then this says, wait, what are you doing? Interloper. My apologies, little proxy friend. Oh, that is interesting. I did not realize you could perceive this. You see, it is only partially a thought form. An inner view of the physical thought form cells. Whoa. It is very complex. If you would like to look around, I'll provide coherency for you. You only need direct me to where you would like. How? How? Well, you need some kind of a sound. Attention, attempting thought reformation. Analysis, indicate destination with LMB, limbic motor beacon. Don't touch my limbic motor beacon. No, 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 no. And then messages, I have missed this, some goodbyes. Oh my goodness. Hey, have a great rest of your day. Crystal Palm. And analysis. Assistant will move at fixed rate to specified destination. Oh, fixed rate? Well, that's nice. Thank you. Fixed rate. Okay. Well, I mean, how do I... Oh! Oh. Oh, you're like shining a light on everything? It feels bossy to direct someone to be my light. There's William saying, why don't you talk like that to us, Shadow? Save your good voice for a game. Why do you mean my good voice? You don't like my normal voice? You hating me forever? I cry. I cry right now. What's up? Okay. What other things? Talking about a dog. And okay, am I being observant enough with a warm cookie in the hand? Am I? Oh. Wow. The hell is this? Whoa. Whoa. Okay, that's messed up to look at. What am I? Okay, proxy friend, what is this? Just connected to central assistant, the storm. Examine the storm? How did they make all of this art so, I don't know, limited color palette and nauseating to look at? What? Okay, the storm. Explicit purpose, unique scenery, hybridized our woes, my single greatest error. Is that something? Is it just like hypothetical? It looks like it has a face almost. Whoa, how much can I scroll? And everything's rotating around it. The hell? It looks like the outskirts of a city. Polygonation spire. The cousins adore visiting. They sell synthetic replicas. Incoherence detected. It became a tourist destination? But what is it? What is... Oh my god. This is... it's really unsettling. I mean, all of it is. Okay, so the hints in the chat from Cosmozoan, they say once you go through the embassy for a while, coming back here will allow a new gate to open up. And then you're saying we're not in Jodo's screen, we can misbehave. Oh dear, you said ass. You came back into my screen. Of course I'm going to see you. Sup? And you're talking about stealing the sink. You stole a wall of cotton candy. Sell it, grab the oh my god, I'm seeing you. What are you doing? Well, whatever you're doing, it's okay because I have a little cookie about it. Carry on. I'm selling my belongings for half the price. I'm selling my belongings at an incredible loss. It's all very okay. I'm having a little bit of a cookie about it. Whoa. That's wild. It's like going in between cellular looking and space looking. So much tension in my body. You're saying, can I share zero? Please don't. I'm using it. Oh dear. I'm gonna clean my nose for a moment because the feeling of whatever was going on there is really bugging me. Oh my gosh. Hopefully that was completely out of range of the camera because I'm totally digging in there, dare I say. You say nobody going to buy. Excuse me, everybody has to feel wanted on a Valentine Day. I'd like you to be around. I want you to be around. Thank you for being around. Who are we? And what are we looking at? Signature illegible on something. And then What's a 53-year-old workman, workwoman? I don't know. Alright, I mean, I guess let's try to go back to the, embassy, maybe? How do I get out of here? Return to hub? Is that too much of an ejection, I wonder? Maybe. Okay, proceed some more. In here again. Hello, fun friend. Calling us interloper. Welcome. I feel welcomed. But also, please do not bother me. You're very busy. Okay, how do I visit the embassy again? We're gonna enter the gate into the void, and after the void, we go to the over here. Is it a gate in their city? That doesn't seem quite right. Can I scroll through space? I don't know if that seems quite right. Surely. It's definitely the kind of thing to do all in one sitting. Okay, you're saying you didn't give me more cookie. Your grade sickens me. Oh, hey, what the hell? Can I... I don't know. We're really going to town on this, aren't we? Here's a little bit of a bite. Still melty, dare I say. Not quite as melty as the first bite, but still pretty amazing. Okay, Cosmozoan saying the embassy is where most of the plot occurs. What a treat. Thank you, my girl. Looking around the embassy, 'cause we have some embassy in the bussy embassy. We are in the sea with Okay, got some commentary from this saying, whoa, hold on. Dude, this is the most dense thought form I've seen in this thing yet. Like, this is pretty intense. And also, sorry to interrupt something in the middle of everything, but can I just check that the settings are right? Yeah. Tried out the dual stream, but it's a weird sort of a time, so let's just go on back. Talking about embassy, you think you should freestyle more often. You've never rocked around the Christmas tree, perhaps? Okay, here's a dense thought form, continuing with the story. What year was your mind spike from again? Are you sure it can handle this? Dude, am I finally gonna see a year? I mean, it's not really my business. No, it's your business because I want to know. But I'm gonna trigger quality selection just in case. Huh? Please select default rendering quality. Quality can be changed within system menu. Regular, all entities rendered, animated thought forms. Low, renders only memory stream necessary components. Note, selecting low enables reduced intensity, toggle within system menu. Was that just... They're just telling me to adjust the settings if I want to, huh? Okay, well, I mean, regular quality was treating us fine in this game. Another recollection. Whoa, hello, Death. Very late at the night, but hello in the middle of the weekend on the, I don't know, tail end of a Valentine Day? Hey. Prohibitive incoherence. Non-renderable. Only examinable. For a couple of these. Alright. My consciousness resumes. And there's a different bit of the embassy. And Cosmozoan with the hints, you can only go into the white ones. You do eventually unlock the rest of them. Excellent. How are you today? There's Widowrar saying, it's my business because I want to know. Sharp quote of the day. I hadn't thought about how, that's nosy people talk. There's Lotus saying, Valentine's ended 2 hours ago, good riddance. Hey, excuse us. Some of us are still, muddling through. I don't know, I've gotten a lovely tote of cookies. And That's quite lovely, I do say. That's quite a thing. Okay, I'm gonna stutter. I'm gonna continue stuttering. Okay, the story is here saying the rejuvenation chamber opens, and from outside flows the glow of the embassy's six-stick glass. And you're talking about being very single. So, no confession with the crush I'm gathering. And Lotus telling us I also didn't know that starting poetry would bring artist block and frustration this fast. Oh, do you think you could speedrun it by reading something poetically inspiring every time you hit writer's block? Or is it just gonna like run out of stuff? And the story continues. Through the distant, dull contrivance, I feel another gaze has begun. Time period, numerous within eyes, sort of like a month or a year. And you're also singlist. And Lotus saying, I want to convey this thing. What's a good word? That's not it. That conveys another thing. Stick a bunch of words together that are just sort of related to the feeling that you're trying to convey, and then it's gonna work out and be even more poetic, I bet. We're gonna emerge from the chamber in this story. I clamber out of the chamber, my cool body refreshed, cased. It feels the same as it did after my ascension. A rare, lovely feeling, as though I could twist it into any shape. But I have work to do. A focused meeting of my call research initiative is approaching. A fine occasion it is. We have some particularly unique equipment this time. I must assemble the team, then we may begin. Off to work. And Widow Rose. Okay. And you're saying a man can only use so many words. I don't know. I think if you stuck together maybe 100 or 1,000 to convey the one thing that you're trying to convey, it's not going to be the poem that you meant to start out with, but it is going to end up being a different kind of a poem, right? You're saying that's like an idiom or something? With a man can only use so many words? I mean, that sounds about right, if I may say so. It sounds a little accurate. Alright, let's get... putting this thing a little bit higher up, because what am I? I'm from this space and in this place. Okay, what else are we looking at? Looking in the embassy. What is our next move? As I ask things, if you're talking about this thought form, try interacting with Akazet. They'll need to be zoomed out. Got it. Zoomed out. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. This is the thing whose thoughts we were experiencing, but we can experience it. Oh dear. And you're saying you don't speak to life form. And then I'm flexing state-of-the-art technology on you. Well, I mean, somebody has to show you what the good life is like, baby. I don't know. Let's examine Akazet. It's, well, recollection locus, Vasnian surrealist influence. Oh, cousinly eyes. This diplomat to humanity, adopted, like, having some eyes that were like a human's on their virtual avatar because they just think they're cool. That's fun. That's fun. Okay, act. Think to self, I suppose. There's... Why did we get to guys what so fast? I can't freestyle on you. Never. I'm in a weird state of mind today, and it's only being held together by a little sugar, frankly. You're a bit confused and concerned. I can't freestyle anywhere in here. Okay. Regaining some sanity in the very soft cookies. Oh yeah. Okay. So this being in this story thinking to itself, saying, I should check in with the team. Our focus approaches. There's work to do and chat or attempt to interact not yet utilized. And you can't sue me for punching the chat. You dodged all of my punches. And frankly, that means I'm coming out on the bottom here. So let's attempt to interact. Hello, Akazet. Can you hear me? Huh? Oh, I get it. Don't think that's gonna work. This memory is too coherent. If we had a way to, like, damage thought forms, maybe. But Fun Friend would be pissed. Damn. And then Fun Friend wasn't specifically protecting us in any particular way. What are you saying yay court about? Okay, how exactly can I make it through all of this in a more coherent manner? Zoom in, I guess. Keep going, try to get damaged because your time approaches, I guess. There's William saying, I have a new Kinetic display. It replicates the actions it projects. And you're on YouTube? The willpower. There's talk of cool, and we're gonna could look for an attendant. I think maybe I just wanna see if I can find other beings. Examine. This was incoherent as well. And we get a little bit of all of this. I rotate too much, get me in there. Then there's, you're saying, Guy low-key gotta sleep. Hey, good night to you. Thanks for stopping by for some random chats. And here's the spooky elevator, but very friendly elevator. The elevator who is fully aware of our presence. I remember that. And you're saying, Sujaro for me. And you're saying, where would you be? Where? In the spooky elevator? This is why I can't stand when there's a lag. You would be in the coffin? That's a great question. We would be in the coffin. Alright, what else am I looking at? Spooky elevator. I forget what the strongest, what the strongest path was. But we can talk to the elevator. Where to? Recreation. Call research. I guess call research. And then you're saying the kinetic display. Well, where would we be? Pop Tropica. I don't know how the what's it called? I don't know how the lovely tropical islands I was always visiting on my blimp in Pop Tropica would like represent 2D in a kinetic display, but it's gotta be interesting. You're saying you already have a coffin. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. So, and then there's some thinking to yourself, the path I took to the relocator seals. A moment later, a new hallway opens in place of the old one. Enjoy your work. Thank you. Elevator, elevator. And then there were some people in here. I hope I didn't totally miss everything that was going on with them. Hello, that's going to sleep too. Hey, good night to you. Thanks for stopping by. It's this has frankly been a record number of streams in a week, dare I say. What do you mean a cursed DJ Sunrise? Is DJ Sunrise not suffering from any ailments or afflictions or curses? I would think there would be at least one. Alright. Here we're going to sleep, and our round elevator friend is no longer around. Who else was I talking to? Kavik. Did I talk to Kavik whatsoever? And also, how badly do I need to use the bathroom? This is silly. And you're saying, well, yeah, technically. I mean, technically is actually, isn't it? Technically is actually. Examine Kavik. There's surrealist influence. They say surrealist, but would I be able to tell if one of them had like anime influence? If one of them had their culture's equivalent of anime influence? Do 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 do. Well, this is turning into a strangely interrupted and maybe lower quality for it all kind of a stream. Not sure if I have to actually run into the bathroom. Oh, hey, there's a listener. We examine it. Recurring scenery. Attentive sentinels to heed the call. Oh, they're like watching over stuff. Did I talk to Kavik? Is everyone who I want to be in here, are they in here? That was jerky for real. Wait, did I click on Kavik in more than one space? That doesn't seem right. Is it just something that's happening naturally? Tozik. Oh, maybe I'm just misreading things. There's William saying, I'll have to leave you alone for a few minutes in this Valentine's Day. I'm sorry, I need nutrients and you didn't want to share the cookie. Excuse me. Just because you're very bad at eating a cookie doesn't mean that I wasn't sharing it. My goodness. Oh, wow, imagine saying that in any other context. Okay. I mean, you're going away for a few minutes. I'm going away for a few minutes. Yeah, okay, I wish this were more interrupted, but, it's about to be kind of nasty. I wish this were more uninterrupted is what I'm trying to say there. But let's put that on. 1 billion years later. How long was that? That was 5 minutes. Cool. I'm fast. Speed queen. Speed demon. There's... Dude, wait. No, okay. The tone that implies when you just say the shitter, pensive face. The tone that implies it's, I'm always saying that to, like, my little brother and stuff. Whenever it's someone's time to, like, use the bathroom, I'm just sort of, like, narrating them. The shitter. Go piss, girl. Oh my gosh. Am I getting hiccups in the middle of all of this? Between all of the distractions and then the slight lack of memory for this, I always fear that it's a poor quality sort of a corru stream. I'm not sure. Actually, I can and should be sure. I can and should be very sure. Okay. Let's set this back down as I'm no longer being cringe with my quips about the good life, baby. And that's too low. I don't know. It's kind of fine. It's kind of actually fine. I don't think that I'm not sure if I wrote down my most pressing questions. I attempted to. And I know that my dear girl left a lot of notes and hints. Putting this on back here. It's a peculiar day. Hope I'll be okay. Did I meet Tozik? Tozik sits in a terminal chair connected by a receptor to the time stopper. And it's sped up like all of their consciousness, right? The time construction that gives the Grand Cyst its name has not been activated. He must be using it simply for its archival connections. I clamber over the curve of the time stopper to greet him. Hello, Tozik. I see his acknowledgement of me with a small glance. However, his focus is inward through the coruscistic vein. Tozik detests idle chatter, so I opt to keep this quick. Are you prepared for the focus? Actually, is that what you have been doing? Yes. I'm organizing the connected archival cysts. Something very interesting happened barely a wink ago. You will hear about it in the focus. Excellent. We will speak soon then. Okay, so that's nice. I'm under the impression that, like, we already had the focus, right? That's what we've done last time. We've all plugged into this thing that speeds up our consciousness and therefore the perception of time, and then you can come to a decision over a lot of complex stuff in an instant with all of your computing power. And, wow. That pointy little individual was quite interesting, wasn't he? If I click again, is that anything? Okay. It is a little bit fun to click through it quickly, but, okay, so nothing changes. There's the time stopper, you could examine it. The grandest cyst in the embassy, 1 billion minds in one. It's good description up in here. There's a summarizer. I don't think anything was new with Kavik, was it? Kavik attends to the archival cyst, occasionally affixing one to a stout receptor. The cysts are arranged in neat piles, sorted by the shade of their viscera. All of your computers have viscera, and it's viscerally peculiar. Though his regular upkeep ensures that none grow too dark or starve, he senses my approach and turns, cordially bowing his head and receptors. Gazette, great gaze. Great. Gay. Likewise, my friend. And what are you doing? I was just conducting a maintenance on some of our older archives. And reminiscing the wild and Obeski-centric theories they used to toss about. There's this old one I've been running through, a joint theory by none other than Dolskovic and Akavanesh. They called it the closed loop. Have you heard of it? And then, out of curiosity, what exactly has been showing on all of this? I don't know. I want to check the vertical view now and then, because I tried to set it up, but also it's very weird. It's very weird. Alright, this dude, this theorizer, is the conspiracy theorist of our little office. Oh no, of course I have. Should I ensure he does not feel it appropriate to share this with the bright cousins? I feel that it was almost formed as a satire of the more outlandish ones from the early era, but there is something oddly compelling about it. Oh, sorry, do you have need of me? Okay. A lot of not yet utilized responses. Tough to tell when progress has been wiped, if it has. It wouldn't. It would be all the way back to the beginning, right? Our focus approaches, my friend. And then there's no way for me to actually check the vertical of this. Our focus approaches, my friend. Are you prepared? Do you have any topics to bring? I sense unease from his stance. Is it really time already? Oh, these old cysts do not have any time constriction, no wonder. Yes, I will be ready. Yes! You do not need to press yourself, my friend. It is a simple one. I know, I just hate when this happens. I do not have anything to bring this time, but I will be ready. Excellent. And then you could ask about the closed loop theory, or if anything is happening. Can I, in fact, get a second clip from a treasure trove that has arrived? It's totally unrelated to the suddenly taking a big dump. That's two very different things. Still a little bit warm. And a lot crispy. And now, as Akazet, let's ask if anything is happening. Kavik, my friend, tell me. What news do you carry? Have you been enjoying your role? It is not often that we have time to speak plainly anymore. I remember this a little. I mean, it's still good to get a grip on it, but I do remember it. I have. The oceans are truly mesmerizing. Nothing at all like home. You should see all the artifacts that the cousins have simply left to the water. And on our expeditions, so many little creatures come up to examine our vessels. Has Bosco told you about the one he has taken? For that moment, I heard an echo of larval joy in his voice. But in the subtle turn of a receptor, I see he feels he should not have said that. That is fine, right? You heard that from a Vilks whisper, not me. It is perfectly fine. Well, the grounds mind says we should not, since the cousins could get mad, but what was grounds mind? Administrative position. Something. Oh, maybe something that studies humans. I would guess something that studies the entirety of the planet. I do not really care. Tell me, have you contributed any more to the Life Pod project? No, not in some time. But I hear they recently succeeded in sending a grain back to Obeski. It is, of course, being held deep in quarantine, but that it worked is promising alone, even if the cyst itself was bigger than both of us combined. Remarkable. I must check in with them to see how they did it. As trade continues, I imagine that organic materials will be the next leap in relations. Oh, a grain in human terms. Was it rice? The 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 one I can be biased towards? I don't know. Bread is fine, made of a grain. Beer is fine, also made of a grain. But rice though. Okay, if you find the time again, you should join the effort, is what we're saying too, Kavik. Last I spoke with the team, they asked when they would see you again. Really? I should. I will check in again with them. And then, with all of the business and the pleasantries out of the way, Kavik, you know we have time to talk about what you like to talk about. Closed loop theory. I would prefer not to crush his investigative spirit, but these early theories carry less worth than wall rot. Oh, it is tough not wanting to crush someone's spirit, but also not believing in some aspect of what they've got going on. Alright, wall rot, huh? Especially Dulskovik's Velzy's smile upon him. Bless his heart. Bless his heart. Closed loop. Is that the time? Time manipulation. Yes, let me remind you. Dulskovik posited that one era we learned to use the dull plane to traverse space four-dimensionally, and our future selves eventually discover the home of bright cousins but far too late to meet them, so we create a contrivance just big enough to release a message to ourselves and signal its location. Kavik. Twist my receptors thoughtlessly, accidentally bearing my skepticism. So you just walk up to your little buddy and you're like, don't believe in any of what you got going on. Just making a face sneering. Now I know you must think it is ridiculous, and it is, especially as it goes on. But is it not inevitable at the same time? In our deaths, there is enough time to unravel any mystery, time manipulation included. Okay, altered living wait a second, do they not, if that's a translation, do they not die like we do? I've said that before, haven't I? First, I do not think Dulskovik understood the full implication of creating a contrivance inside a planet at that point. That was before the incident with the shared moon, you know. And time manipulation, if we were ever to manage it, the mistakes that created us and our world would gradually be undone to right old wrongs. But we would never know if it was happening, would we? It would just be. Anyway, I will not seriously debate it with you, it is just a bit of fun. To be sure, yes, of course. And you're not going to share this with any cousins, correct? Any humans? I see the dejection, even as he tries to hide it beneath an archival cyst. How joyless I must seem, such a terrible inversion of our youth. Huh. Did she used to be more into theories? But I really would prefer not needing to fix another oversharing incident. Aki, I would not seriously entertain sharing this one. Do you really think that? I know I made an incorrect step, but Kavik, I trust you be at ease. Okay. You know how I must be during these times. Do not feel at fault. No, of course I understand. Another little death to haunt me. Did we just swear and it wasn't something? And then, oh dear. My girlfriend texted me that becoming their ascended state, a quo, is like a Star Trek transporter death paradox. Oh dear. We farewell. Does that make me feel like it progressed at all? I felt like I repeated something just now. But maybe it was important. It's good for familiarization, but the real trick for these must be to play it like 2 days in a row, or at least after I've finished my homework, let's do. Okay, let's go around. What exactly am I looking for? I don't think it would put me back in here unless it actually didn't save this. Oh, so I do have to go through this part again anyway to get through the rest of it. There was a second person that I didn't get to talk to in here, right? I got the pointy one. There's only 3 people in here. I guess so. I got you a little bit. What in the world? Huh. My my doctor bestie just what just invited me to a masquerade ball. But like the flyer is like mostly masquerade. Hey, that's very interesting. Oh my gosh. So I only missed Kavik the first time around, and then I feel like I sort of remember Gakvu over here, and can maybe click through it just a little bit. Surface simulations. So they really don't like the surface on their planet. There was a spike in the call. And should we ask about a false environment? What's the false environment you have on? Oh yeah, that's the funky clothing. The Veil Coppers, skilled Veil Coppers memories gamified. So the Veil march toward the weather wall, and you must leap from Veil to Veil while they grow faster. Oh, I remember that description from last time, but I didn't remember that it was literally the game version of someone's life. Wait, but then because they have a lot in common with computers, can they turn their memories into like little video games? That's the implication, right? That's wild. Okay. And then, workplace complaints, we address them. There is a matter I must mention. Gaku, you and I, we understand. However, the balance of work has... Bosco! What? Did Bosco speak with her already? My confusion is laid bare and my receptors curl. Was it not him? I know it was him. He just has a problem with Ekavik. I laugh and urgently wave my hands and receptors dismissively. She laughs too. I'm certain she appreciates my understanding of the dry Ekavik wit. No, Gakvu. It does not matter who brought this to my attention. I know you enjoy your efforts here. Above all else, I know your ability to strike, but to certain others it is not so clear. With enough of these complaints, it will start to turn eyes toward me, so for my sake. I pause to think of an elegant way to say this. At least pretend to look busy while you're in here. I guess here's somebody actively playing video games on their phone. Gakvu rings her receptors smugly, knowing full well what I mean to say. Do not worry, I understand. Good. Oh, wow. Okay, and my girlfriend giving me the advice with, oh, what? An answer to memories into video games comes up when in the memory after the next one. Whoa, wait, so that was foreshadowing. Okay, that's nice. I absolutely did not pick up on it well enough the first time. Ba-ba-da-bum. This memory ends about at the end of the time stopper, and the end of the next memory is short, if I recall correctly. Basically get to level 3. Level 3. My nose feels very like something's in it, but okay. Not examining the time stopper. But now I have tried to clean my nose a couple of times, and I don't really know that it's working. Can I look at my seat? Act. And start the meeting. Okay, so it was only that one that I missed last time. And I feel like I remember the gist of this, but also just in case I don't. Just in case I don't, I will try to keep an eye on stuff as opposed to clicking through it super fast. So, Akazet saying, this is where I will sit once I have the team assembled. Oh, Gaku, Tozik, and Cafe are all here. Oh, so you really do have to replay all those bits. Okay. I did notice that the room was emptier. To recreation. The room was emptier. Let's go. But I had hoped it was for progress, not regress, you know. Bonk. Hello. Greet. Sha. And we're going into recreation. Okay. I feel like I remember a lot of recreation, so maybe I'm clicking. And there's Bosco with your complaints. I think I mostly remember. They've been on excavations, huh? And we could just say our focus approaches. Does anything change if we're very work-like? I guess it's just as fast to like click through some things. Some hyperbolic stories of a polygonation spire in Australia. Was that the Sydney Opera House in front of the spire? So clicking through some stuff as fast as I can. Whoa, hello to you. How long have you been there, Ina? Two sides. I'm zoning in, zoning out, zoning all around. How are you today? If you haven't stopped by for one of these particular streams before, I really do recommend this free game in the description. It's just right there in your web browser. And I feel like if you like Ina, then you're probably also gonna get a kick out of this, yeah. There's some talk of these aliens observing the fish outside and calling them a cloud of impeccably oriented water inhabitants. How do they do it? Remarkable. Let's do a little voice for this guy. And I am not the sole observer of the bright world's creatures among us. Bosco returns the connector beneath the window surface. And you're saying, I'm from Brazil, and I don't understand anything you're saying, but just being a fan of Owl House already earns you my respect. Hey, okay, wait. Let's get strangely personal for a second. Let's get strangely into it for a second, and this might freeze up. Let's do point. maybe if I write specifically, and then maybe that's gonna come through. ah, I, I don't know. I'm excited about it, but also it might be too much English text. I might be overestimating it, but I don't know. I'm excited. I'm very excited, so I just like recommend things like this. Alright, so more in the story. How do we go? The image dissipates. He gestures towards Kasky teasingly after a moment's silence. Bosco, although she is taking a more live approach. Bosco! Her receptors curl into themselves like balled fists. Fine, fine. It is an experiment I'm doing, Akazet. Sort of. On my trip to Australia, I found this little creature skittering around on a window, so I looked closer, and it had 8 legs, vibrant stripes, and many large eyes, and it was staring at me. And it had armored skin just like a cave keeper. And I thought, how cute, and I wanted to keep it. With how emotionally she weighs her words, it is like she expects me to say she should put it back. So she made a cavity inside her head. What are you... I am getting to that. So I went to pick it up, but it leaped into my hand, like it wanted to be with me, but this time some bright cousins were coming to see what I was doing, so I excused myself and went back to my vessel. Okay. And Ina's saying that you can't access the website. My phone isn't working very well. How do I communicate? Thumbs up and heart. Yeah, thanks for being here. Okay, and more of the story as it goes. So I excused myself and went back to my vessel, and I realized there's no life support in our vessel, so if I wanted to keep it alive, I had to think with my head. Hollowed out your head. And then I pretty much got through most of that. Yeah, render the memory of an arachnid. It's good stuff. Okay, so now the other co-workers that I'm sure could really have some kind of hot fan art or something, they're up in there. Went through this whole thing the first time with a cup of orange juice in my hand, but I guess we'll just go on for now. With call research, and we go, there we go. And we're finally at a point where it can do something. Every time my streaming software says overloaded encoding error, I like try to like pause movement for a second, at least movement of the game. Chocolate chip, very gooey. There it is, very gooey. And then I had talked to everyone lately. Bosco. What a shape. What a shape on that guy. Okay. And then we start the meeting, and hopefully I've sort of remembered most of it, because it's been over an hour since I started streaming, and I would love to give us like the sense of some progress. Kakvu is excited. Its shell softens, becoming a viscous liquid. It settles over my receptor, and the time stopper connects to me. My mind is drawn into it with the others. Everyone is connected. Commencing now. With a simple instruction, the Grand Cyst's additional neural processing activates. Its strength and processing speed is such that time stops. Such a peculiar sensation to observe in full cognitive capacity a world and body that cannot move. Processing so much faster than you that you get sleep paralysis. What happens if one of them has a medical emergency while this is happening? Ooh, that would be very scary. I don't even know if I want to know. Though the cores of our minds are shelled from one another, We each carry a new mind that feels as if it was always there, the grand cyst. It thinks with us as one. Is this not peculiar? How fun. Oh, but I cannot tell which thought is mine. How do we stay distinct again? Silly, the last one was not so long ago. But I will remind you. You do it like this. We each understand simply, think outwardly. You see? A reminder of our best practice here. It will be simpler to convey things of importance indistinctly, but for discussion you should stay distinct. Understood? Yes, yes, stop. Oh, yes, I think I am, yes. Echoing is, sorry, yes. Very Zoom call core. That was me, sorry. This is only my second time using one of these. It is okay. You are too tense. Just let it pass through you. That is how I stop echoing. Are we good? Yes, okay. Now on to matters of the call. A great deal of information is transmitted between us, long overdue discussions and planning for expeditions. In an instant, fast even within the altered time of the Grand Cyst, wordless knowledge is understood, assigned words only in afterthought. And the human does not process it. Polygonation Spire in Guam is likely the easiest. Kasky agrees. Yes, I will organize a meeting. They liked the last time we visited because it drew lots of attention, so a spire would be lucrative for us both. It does not need to be at the highest strength or quality. There is no hard data backing my decision, but Kasky's contacts suggested the trench multiple times, and if what they say is true, it is one of the least explored places on this planet, so there is certainly potential for the origin to be there, never seen. Makes sense, no argument. No other leads yet, anyway. Anything else before we disengage? No, wait, yes, we have the spike. See? In our collective mind's eye, a visualization of the signal is shown. And it looks like something I've interacted with, doesn't it? A strange spike, but not unexpected given the dull contrivance's proximity. That is peculiar. This frequency looks unnatural. It is too far from the call's baseline activity. Could it be an error? No, this is aggregate data from many listeners all across this planet. Did not help polygonation, regrettably. So what do we do about it? Do we just mark it down? Wait. Identical memorized data from an archival sysmanifests. Did he bring up the same record by accident? Ooh, but it's like inverted. It's different. I have begun searching through approximately 12 eyes of data. This has happened once before, see? The same type of spike with the same duration. 7 or 8 eyes ago, from the equidistant from the start of the call. 50% of the call. These are markers of raw thought, unoptimized, primal, what corru knows and broadcasts instinctively, and what early corusistic pioneers used for communication. Oh my. But are they scared? In raw thought transmission, the signal spikes at regular intervals. 5 equidistant times, once at the beginning. And there are no recordings of the exact beginning, so that means it could be halfway done. This is true. But it has been broadcast for how long? How could a thought be that large? Could we even... The dread's claw bites into me, paralyzing my thoughts. Is it mine? No one is commenting upon it. Perhaps confused themselves, so then who is scared? It is overwhelming. I feel like tearing the cyst from my receptor, but I cannot move, not without first turning off the time constriction. It could be something else. There are only 2 data points here. I have seen this before, so I tried to click through it a little bit more, but they need more information. And they were only in there for a breath. No progress will be lost, it says. And we can proceed. Ooh, a second thing. Gosh. What in the world did I do last time to reset me back? I forget. That's every time I do one of these, I say that I want to do the next one like sooner, and then I get like all caught up in something. Yeah, the back's on. Back's on. Hey, hello to you. I'm on a second cookie. Is it warm? Is it cold? It's a little bit warm actually. How's your food? I'm living off sugar. I'm living off sugar. Ooh. We can examine our own suspicions. On recollection and resets the stream to start. Okay. Oh. Okay. And my girlfriend with the hints. I should be able to get to level 3 in this stream. Suspicion. It's like another day. And did anything like this happen with like losing the save too? It's a cookie. It's very slow, it's very steady. Have a little bite of the little cookie. You're eating it. Nom nom nom. Every day I find some more ridiculousness, huh? And I have my questions about the game, but hey, trust. My girlfriend is also here too. Watching, you know. Alright, so here's a second sort of a day. I awaken from the stillness of my rejuvenation. Ooh, it's so tasty, but it's a little tough for talking with it. Through the distant, dull contrivance, I feel another gaze has begun. Wait, so is all of their perception of time solely based on their home world and their rotation around the sun, but also they're like connected to their sun? You ate an egg. Oh my goodness. And Aisha Love is coming in here to say, hey, happy Valentine's. Hey, it passed you by, right? It passed, it's a different day for you or something, if I'm interpreting that correctly, or do I not know time zones? But hey, hope you're having a good day. Hope you're having a good day. How many Valentines? Hey, many Valentines. And then, ooh, wait, the perception of time is based on the homeworld's perception of time. Whoa, so if a black hole went near the homeworld of these aliens, they would, like all of the ones in distant places would also experience that? You went to a Sapphic Valentine's Day party yesterday, it was awesome. Hey, awesome, okay, that's great. did you meet any friends or lovers? I don't know what you were there for, just to party down kind of a thing. Okay, there's my girlfriend messaging me corrections. And then there's William saying, you're always going to parties and clubs and never invited. And Mr. Deadpool saying, hello, hope you're doing well, you're so wholesome. Hey, same to you. Hope you're doing well too. Mr. Deadpool 786. Alright, we clamber out of the chamber and see something new. An unfamiliar cyst laid upon my desk. Was this the one I lent to Cabot, returned in my slumber? Maybe the design archive from home I gave to Kasky, or perhaps Gecko's false environment game? I should check to be sure. A new cyst on the desk. Well, examine first. Prying of my eyes. You're always invited, you just have to get on a plane. I kind of say that kind of thing to people in the same town as me too. If we stop telling people my multiple crimes. Stop already being on a plane. Okay, peculiar. This cyst has no distinct shell. A flourishing spiral marks it, but I do not know what that means. I suppose I should try it on and see what it is. Try it on, you say. Connect. Assist into assist. Oh, and then I was able to see the other one playing with one on the little swirly on their head. Okay, you're on the left plane. I raise the cyst to a receptor and settle it. After a small delay, it activates and a consciousness makes itself known. All of the computers of these aliens are alive and awake. An echo with a message left for me. We exchange wordless meaning, forming into thoughts. Hello, Akizech. Hello, friend, who is this? I do not know. All memory save for my message has been stripped. I fear that my speaker wanted this message to be discreet. Whoa, okay, so that's what anonymity looks like when when all of your computers are sentient or something. Curious, but please go on. Excellent. And I will convey this message to the best of my ability. Henceforth, I will reference my speaker. The echo's message forms into imagery, a false environment that I allow my mind to enter. It is simple enough that it should only occupy a fraction of a blink. The echo awaits my engagement to continue. Dude. Hello, Akizet. I am glad it is you who connected. As it is with worry for your well-being that this message finds you, it must be said immediately. Information regarding our team's latest findings must not be shared with anyone at any point. Yes, as we had agreed. What is the purpose of this message? We are in great danger, Akizet. What? Though we agreed in work there can be no casual hints of our knowledge, no sharing with larval relations, not anyone you think you can trust, no one. Apprehension from the echo saturates the environment. I can feel that this delusional paranoia is not even his true message. In my death, I have never had patience for such meandering exchanges. Why not? Do not waste my time seized with this drama. I presumed you might react this way, but I had to place my warning first out of precaution. You want to know why. Come and see. What? Dude, wait. Okay. So we're a bunch of chuds writing on a piece of paper to leave a message. They're leaving an environment for your mind. Damn. Alright. I still love saying, also to answer your question, Jaro, everyone was older than me, which I expected, but I did get some offers, which was good for my ego. Okay. Ego boost, what does it do? Ego boost, what does it do? Alright, I still love saying, my head will explode soon, it's getting too big. That's so lovely. Gotta get those benefits of a socialization. Oh my goodness. Hey, congratulations. Happy for you. Dude, we're in the Tron Legacy hopscotch. Nauseating. Fascinating. The call, Akizet. The initiative. Ooh, eyeballs looking at me, so full of eyelashes. Whew, only explode in the good ways. The nuclear way. Oh dear. The call, the initiative to study it both here and home holds certain conflicting groups. They have always known what its origin truly is, and they will resort to violence to keep this secret. While what we have discovered is indirect, a smaller organ of the whole truth, it is dangerous to hold as we do. To share even a hint of it could meet us all with our final deaths. So they do die. A lot, huh? And what does my girl say? Does explain in some time zones with the 24 versus the 27 hours a day, Earth versus Mars. You're saying this is what an obelisk eye looks like, and a hand. Ooh, hand reveal, claw and paw reveal. Wow. Alright, and you're saying that I always live with care. Oh, you're all my virtual pets that live in my computer. Oh dear. Well, and now everyone can be virtual pet with a kinetic display. Alright, so final deaths. That's what we're facing in this story. This notion alone is enough to spark anger. This type of baseless theory a paranoid kid might concoct. A cast? Are you racist? Are you alien racist in this story, dude? You were saying anything to be innuendo if you want it to be, but also it was. Okay, blunt instrument of an innuendo. The council would never have approved our research if this were the case. Are you simply sowing suspicion? Is this a threat? Or is this a poorly timed prank? Velzy would be unimpressed. You can imagine going around telling people, yeah, God would be unimpressed with you. God would not be amused with you. Please understand, there is much we still do not know. Our research is entirely necessary, especially with the unaffiliated, the unbiased like you. I care about you, Ekazet. You should not have to be a part of this, but the sliver of truth we carry places us all in a terrible game. I don't know, the game's pretty high quality, if I may say so myself. That one that Velzy's cruel humor could not dream. So it was you who broadcast that dread in our focus. A fraction of it, yes. I'm not the only one involved with this game. I suspect the others operate within our team. Though they are friends, all. This conflict seeks to place us as foes. The claws of it reach far beyond us, too. It is a cold wind that suffuses the entire embassy. But this discovery of the raw thought pattern will become like a spider-storm. None of us, not even would-be foes, want this to escalate. Cold War, huh? So hear my plea. You must take every measure to hide this. We cannot risk any sliver of our knowledge escaping. Do you understand? Despite my skepticism, I feel that this is heartfelt, truthful, a difficult feeling to fake with an echo. Indeed, the tone is one of defensive panic, so I must respond. Yes, I understand. Defensive panic, you say. If only I could truly hear you agree. But I cannot risk any side knowing I have told you. So this cyst will erase its purpose shortly. Will it kick us out? Trust that I will know your response based on your action. Despite my agreement, I cannot dispel this uneasy coil in my receptors. Whoa, to have detangled before me as a vague threat. To have this detangled before me as a vague threat. But how else am I to respond whether this is true or not? It is not as if I intended to share it in the first place. Do they simply fear what might happen if I examine our theory more closely? In case there is a connection back to the source, I must continue my agreement. What happens next? For you, nothing. I am taking every measure to protect our team, even the misled traitors. I've already hidden the archive discussion from our focus. We will not speak, we will not share, you will not know who I am. Eventually we will be forced to share our findings and reveal the truth. But there is time to prepare the stage. So if this is not handled delicately, all of us, bright cousins included, will suffer terrible consequences. And are the humans that we've played as so far, do they seem like ones that suffer terrible consequences? Or do they just seem like they're waddling around in the nature of humanity? Wow, big sneeze. Okay. Well, okay. You're talking about some queens, some drag queens, the Queen the Band, the Freddie Mercury, a queen, capital Q, different from queen. You don't have capital letter. I saw you with them last week. I remember, because they were cheating off me. Oh dear. You're losing all your capital letters. This is some drama. This is some telenovela. This is some teleseries. This is some, oh my god. Alright. And, oh, my dear girlfriend is forming a theory, but you won't meet that character until level 3, part 3. Oh my goodness. I'm not sure how much more time I can spare in this stream before I have to study, and I really hope that it doesn't keep getting reset. I don't know what I did last time that it reset this much. Oh dear, you're having a gambling problem. Alright, back into the story. The humans will suffer terrible consequences as well as the aliens. The humans are innocent bystanders. They do not deserve what may come. But if you allow me, if you can trust this echo as I have pleaded to Velzy you might, everything will be fine. And that is truly all I can tell you. Goodbye, Akazet. Wait. Is there any proof you can share? Anything at all? I want to trust you, but I must know it to be true. What if we find something else? How much of our work is truly at risk? And then this thing is like dissolving, right? There is no response, no thought, no meaning. In reality, I feel a strange runoff near my cyst-bearing receptor. Woo! It is destroying itself. Ooh, surely you can't keep your mind in it. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that seems dangerous, putting your mind into something that's actively melting. Oh, oh my goodness. I tear the cyst from my receptor before it can fully melt, throwing it to the table. The echo cyst self-destructed. What do I do now? What can I do? I need guidance. Fun friend, activate. Hello, Akazet. How are you? Should I even try asking who left it? What if I ask the wrong person? These groups, will one side think the other has tried to sway me? And what could they even be quarreling over? I've never heard once of any conflict. Slow down, I do not even know what you were talking about. Let me see your recent memory, please. I grant Fun Friend access to my short-term memory with an impulse. But that does not matter, for I have already come to a conclusion. Yes, I know. I can ask the team one by one, hide the details. I will say it's some mundane thing, some borrowed cyst being returned. That seems like a thin, flimsy lie, Akazet, but if you think that's gonna work at your grown old age of a diplomat that you are, then I will go along with that, of course. What's happening in the chat here? Losing vowels, winning big, getting more letters that won't even fit on the keyboard, foreign language letters. Oh dear. Oh no, the sense of spelling is gambled away. You fell on your head. Alright, and back to the story. Some borrowed cyst being returned, but the speaker who placed it. Akazet, it does not seem like they want you involved. Would it not be better to simply stay quiet like they want? Like you already agreed anyway. If they have taken this measure, assuming it is truthful, why would they even give a slight hint to you in person? They may hint unwillingly. Fun friend, I cannot simply let such claims go uninvestigated. The speaker must know this as well. Doubly so if they're within our team. But they're also watching my actions, so I should still be careful with my words. This is a bad idea. Thank you for your input, fun friend. Just investigate. Whoa, okay, that was very mysterious. At what point do I want to save this? I wasn't quite sure if I would be in here for this long. Okay. Observe some of level 3 part 1 at least if you want, and remember to save your game. We were like an hour in before I got to anything new. Oh my goodness, I really must have a better hang of things, but I'm glad I got to spend time with you today. Alright. Okay, events mentioning 2 days ago. We had a stream yesterday too, didn't we? Where am I? I have to talk to everybody. Forget what the attendant does. It's a faceless attendant. Drone. Did you see something? No connection required. Did you see anything go into my room? A spindle-legged corru entered some winks ago. Minutes? It was assumed to be a self-delivering device. They have those. Interesting, I suppose that makes sense. The speaker must have known the attendant would be here. Do you require anything else? Speak with the grounds mind. The drone straightens and a connected ripple passes through its skin. Our grounds mind symbol is formed over its faceplate. Akazet, speak. The cyst. I had a self-delivered cyst on my desk arriving during my slumber. Do you have any records of it? That will depend on its features. If you have it, present it. Otherwise, describe it. Hmm. Self-destructed. And you weren't gonna tell people that it's self-destructed, right? Because you silly little Billy. Should I mention the spiral? No, what if it's an identifier somehow? It could mean something dangerous. Do not really remember how it looked. Can you cross-check it with other attendants? Did it form any relocation hallways? Ground's mind is silent for a moment. She must see me like a larval fool. Ugh, that's the bad part about playing dumb. You look dumb. Akazet? I cannot help you without a point of reference. An innumerable amount of cysts are self-delivered every gaze, and each are mundane in nature. What has you seeking information about this one in particular? Bad idea. It was, actually, I think I realize who sent it, actually. It was a team member, yeah. I'll just go ask them. Goodbye. I casually walk away in a panic. That's a good sentence. I'm keeping a record of that sentence. That's artisanal. That's high quality. Good stuff there. Okay. I shall have it said. Anyways, I'm going back to reading my gay little novel since this game really does freak me out. Peace out, mango gobblers. It's true, we're mango gobblers indeed. Thanks for stopping by. Good to see ya. There's something lodged back in. You know how to read mango gobbler accusation. It's a good thing to be a mango gobbler. How embarrassing. End chat. Oh, somebody is here already. Two people are here already. Are they my friends? Kavik, hello. Join the chat. Kavik and Bosco speak jovially between a set of quarters. Curious, theirs are not within this branch. I approach, masking my suspicion well. You sure? Bosco, Kavik, hello. Great gaze. Akazet. Hey, Akazet. What brings you to this branch of the segment? We're just waiting for Maka. There is a brief Marianas expedition we must attend today. Maka, who is that? Offloaded memory? Makanesh? An exchange from materials. Ah, yes, I forgot she was in this branch too. An area assigned to a segment. And then, William saying, I haven't eaten a mango in my life, I think. Guess I'd remember, but I don't. It's a true fact. Oh dear. Ooh. Okay. And I have not seen her in a while. Our areas of operation rarely intersect. And I should love talking about being a mango gobbler in the chat. And this story continues. From materials, what for? I thought it might be fun. Also, if there are any essential deposits in that area, that could speed up the construction of the polygonation spire. Ah, of course. Did either of you return assist? My friends, did either of you return assist to my quarters recently? I awoke from my rejuvenation and there was one waiting for me. No, not me. What was on it? Fun friend, assume non-verbal motor control. Directive, act normal. Ooh! Wait, is this like telling your personal assistant to make your, I don't know, VTuber avatar act super normal? Utilizing archived movement. You look so casual right now. It was just a archival cyst. On Sekri, hunting habits. What? Is it just me, or does Bosco seem skeptical? Did I make a mistake? Relax. You did mess up. But they probably think you're lying for another reason. Dude, what the hell? But it's like dangerous or something. Oh. Cool. This is horrible. This is horribly awkward. You talk about being snakelings. A snake could maybe gobble a mango. I don't know. I believe in it. Doo-doo-doo. He twists his receptors negatively. The less I know about Sekri, the better. Predator Infection Primal Terror. Secre. Oh, I did not read that sentence correctly. It was an archival thing of something they. It was like a library book about something they find scary. Do 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 do. Mango gobbler snakelings. You know, that's a unique set of traits. I'm down with that. Why would someone leave you that? It was mine to begin with. I lent it out to someone at some point. I had it because of a morbid fascination. You know how it is, surface running. Yeah, I get it. Recommendation, back out. Thank you, very chipper Alexa in my brain. Well, thank you anyway. I need to get going. Enjoy your expedition. Bye, Akazette. Bye. My. Look at those lucky ducks going into the Marianas Trench. Wow. Hello, move friend. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. I guess recreation was nice. Let's go there first. Lower Away Recreation Hub. Oh, jeez Louise. There's 2 people in here with me already. Fuck. Okay. Hello. Oh, I'm not used to the other one yet. I want to greet the more familiar one first. Kasky. You've got a spider living in your head on purpose. How are you? Surprisingly, Kasky stands within the very same relocator as me. The chances of this are slim, but she appears to be loitering, waiting for something. Is she waiting for me? Held within one of her branched receptors is a communication cyst. With the other, she gives me a kind greeting. Hi, Akazette. Kasky. This is a surprise. I do not often see you linger in this segment. What brings you here? I'm waiting for the crew. They're having their little expedition. And I'm headed to the shores to discuss the next pollination spire again. But we're all setting out together. Oh, of course. So the cyst. What's with your cyst today? This should be easy. Kasky simply cannot hide any emotion. That you know of. Kasky, did you have a cyst delivered to my room recently? No. Nothing. It is not her. I've been so busy coordinating all of this. But I do have a few cysts I need to return to you. What was it? It was nothing of note, a mundane collection of memories. I can ask around for you. Ugh. Recommendation, definitely stop that now. I had not considered this possibility. But she always gets involved. If word spreads, the speaker will suspect something strange is happening. No. No. It's all right. Are you sure? I have my communicator on right now. I can help. The phone line is open, and I'm about to yell. Okay. I wave my receptors negatively with perhaps too much emphasis, and she relents. But she smiled like a bright cousin would, her receptors taking on a teasing posture. Oh my. So our character, adopted the eyes of a human, and hers adopted the smile of one? Fun. Oh, I think I get it. It was one of those cysts. Oh, no. Uh-huh. Actually, maybe let her think that so she'll stay quiet, but it sounds embarrassing. Ugh. You're right, fine. I will abide this embarrassment. Did you just get caught looking at porn? Is that what she's thinking? You just get caught? Oh my god. Speak of the devil. Speak of a kinetic interface. Okay, it was. But please do not tell anyone. Do not worry. It is between us and the arthropod. Okay. Oh, right, the arthropod in your head. Your creature. How is the little creature faring? It is alive. It does not move very much, but it reacts very quickly to my prodding. I've been speaking with a contact of mine, a bright cousin. She wags the communicator bearing receptor slightly. And she says it is an arthropod. So I thought I will call it Arthur. That's really convenient that it works out into a name. Alright. Let's look back at the chat. I really locked in for a second. Just Ignore This had said hi, but also your name is Just Ignore This, and so that kind of works out. Sorry to just ignore that, though. Alright, let's talk of a curse, DJ Sunrise. And Tass saying, I miss Vertical, Jaro. Oh, this thing is actually supposed to be showing up on Vertical live streams as well. I can't tell if that has worked whatsoever, like, at all. I do not think so, but there's supposed to be like a vertical viewing thing over here. How bizarre, right? You're saying Vertical Jar was cursed, excuse me. But hello, Taz, how are you today? On this weekend, on this Valentine's Day? Remember, should you have a spider living in your head on purpose? I eat them when they get on me. Okay, Kazkeet, this, bright, chipper character with a spider living in her head is saying, you're calling it Arthur after the Bureau construction contact. Ah, Arthur. A jittery one. If only I could be there when she opens her head to show the creature within to me. Oh, dude. Aliens. Got a sense of humor, huh? Wait, what was that she said? You are on casual speaking terms with the bright cousin? With her large receptors, her bashful expression is difficult to hide. Huh. So their receptors... you can have a much larger part of your body that expresses your emotions. It's kind of funny to think about. And Taz is saying, I haven't seen one of your streams in a while. How are you? I'm in a strange whirlwind of emotions, but also having a cookie. Enjoying Valentine's Day. Oh, I got to take my mama out to a brunch, so she wouldn't be lonesome either. And you know what? There's fun stuff, and I'm enjoying this free game very, very much so. Just sort of poking around in this text-based game. You're saying they have very expressive antenna, and then oh my gosh, yeah. So someone left the board on the desk of this character. Okay, another bite of a cookie. You're asking for cookie? But if I'm the one eating all of it, you really make a cookie last? This is the second one, honestly. It is the second one. Here. Yeah, you're eating. Well, you're eating. You're eating. Last time I seen you, you were making this boo-boo. Oh, that one turned out pretty good. I didn't end up finishing it on a stream, but, I don't know, maybe I'll post a picture in the community tab or something, because, I don't know, it's been a while since then, and it did turn out pretty good. Ah, fun times. Alright. The narration of the story continues. She must think I will take issue. Why does she always assume this? Kasky, you know it is not an issue if you are on speaking terms with a human. The silent veil has long been drawn, but how are you communicating? Oh, you have not heard? It is a new development by the Jut. The engineer cased. Whoa. Very recently, these new communicators, they allow a sort of connection to the human collective. The internet, as they call it. No. Her brain is touching the internet. Is she gonna be okay? I'm not okay. I'm not okay. And then, you're having some cough. Matches the name, huh? Alright. It is very flat, and there are many problems with the connection. Flat. So their whole existence a four-dimensional internet? Wild. But it is not so different from ours aside from that. How could that possibly work? Theirs is not dictated by thought. It doesn't matter. She would not know anyway. And you're using it to speak with a bright cousin? Yes. Is that not remarkable? It is cool. Fascinating. I must see about getting one of those. Alright, cool. Bye, Kasky. Who else was in this elevator that I'm just hanging out in? And like I'm directing it into other... the creature is there. Who are you? Did I meet you? Tierku? Oh. Okay, I don't get to talk to that one. It's completely incoherent, as we say. Sheesh, alright. And hello again, just ignore this. Ba-da-ba, you're saying goo goo gaga. And then there's some excuse me with a E. How are you? What's going on? And then there's... is Kasky that much of an enthusiastic researcher? Oh my god. Alright. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Wavelength sync. Okay. What else was I looking at? I'm looking for people. Hello. Where the hoes at? Where the hoes at? Excuse me. Please, where my hoe, where you at? Okay, Tozik, hello. Guess you're the first of the hoes to appear. So what's going on? Tozik stands near the orange bar, grasping a taste simulacrum. An odd habit. I never could quite connect with it. His attention is inward, yet I see no external cyst connected. Lost in thought, perhaps. Hello, Tozik. He looks at me and twists a stout receptor in a short greeting. Do you need something? Oh, and then your receptors are like this, are like teeny tiny, and then her receptors were like blah, huge, and then that like dictates your range of expressivity. But then wouldn't that only dictate how others of your species perceive you? It wouldn't dictate how much you actually feel, right? Or would it? There's William saying, I'm right here, Jaro. I said what I said! I said what I... Get silly with it. Okay, we're asking things. The cyst. Hello. Would you like the McDonald's cookies? I can't eat all of them at once and they're a little bit fresh still.
I'm just afraid that you're gonna get crumbs up here in your room.
Oh, well, I mean, it's pretty contained, if I may say.
Messy stuff. Anyways, are you on with, you know who you are? Say hello.
I'm in fact on a live stream to the YouTube.
Hello, mommy. Happy Valentine's Day from the mama. Everyone gets peanut butter today. Okay.
Here we go.
Just double checking if you were gonna go to that thing.
Oh, I mean, I'm still hoping to put it myself together.
My dad went out, even though I didn't want to, and I'm gonna change. Guys, but hello everybody out there. I hope you're having a nice live stream. Eating cookie. You want peanut butter on that?
No.
Anyways, happy Valentine's Day and goodbye.
Love you, Mama.
Love you. We have to go.
Okay. And Williams was saying, the gasps, you have so many you can't eat them all yourself and you don't share. What was that just now? You put them out of the door, and therefore it must be a little bit shared, dare I say. Mama Jaro cameo, indeed. Okay, and my girl giving me some information saying that the receptors of these aliens are caste-based. Quo keep the receptors of their prior cased. Huh. Or is it cast? Or is it... I don't know. And you're asking if you can have candy. I only have cookies, or it's now singular cookie, but if you want, I also have, Benadryl. Benadryl for you. Yum num num. And beeswax. Nom 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 nom, as we say. But yeah, there's only a... Oh wait, you're not gonna believe this. This is I don't know, check this out. Well, since stuff is being edible, woo, some dice. I haven't tried to eat one of those yet, but looking at it could only be a matter of time. And where do we go? Wait, what were you waiting about? Anyway, the narration continues. Tozik, did you direct assist to my room recently? I found one on my desk after I woke from rejuvenation. No. His answer is stony, focus remaining inward, not even looking at me. I respect that he does not pry into the matter. Should I push him on it? That could be fatal, Akazet. If you must, at least be gentle about it. Are you sure? My repeated question earns his outward attention. He regards me with silence, but such palpable disinterest. After an instant of gazing, perhaps to intuit what I really mean, he responds, "Yes, I'm sure." All right. When I relent, he returns to his thoughts. I doubt it is him, or if it is, he truly wants to give no hints. Your thoughts? You seem troubled, as do we all, I suppose. But is something specific on your mind? A somewhat pointed question. But if he had involvement with the cyst, surely he would flinch. And he merely sips from the bright simulacrum. In the subtle movements of his receptors, I see disinterest. But he continues anyway, troubled enough to sustain a rare conversation. I had been curious about whether the spike was observed from Obeski. Surely others would have come to the same conclusion as us, as there's a following of the call back home. So I peered into a number of discussions through the collective. And discussion is rare. They seem to dismiss it as an error or something to do with the contrivance. He pauses, inconspicuously looking around. Dude, is this the most I've ever heard from you? A little almost emotion here. The same expression. He has skepticism, curiosity, investigative. The same expression as a surface runner at rest. Did he receive a message too? When he continues, he lowers his voice. But the collective has all of our information available, including older records of the call. The same ones we used to come to our theory, in theory. So I checked and there is no record of the spike. No, that is incorrect. The record exists, but it is wrong. It is wrong. There is no spike in the public version. Why is there one in ours? He pauses again, looking down at his taste simulacrum. I find myself unable to answer. This is a bizarre development. Our archives are the primary sources from all the Vasnian listeners, the oldest of all. Origin from the continent, and perhaps the most reliable. What are the odds of a recording error happening at that exact time? I notice his gaze has drawn back up to me, and he is entertained by my confusion. You see now. I do. That is error or no. There is nothing to do but wait. He punctuates himself by sipping again from his simulacrum. I look away and waggle a receptor. Oh, a look away, and a waggle of a receptor tells me all, let us speak no more of this. Guess you just dip out of that. Just sort of go in here at the bar. At the bar! And there were other people here, but your team. Your team! Alright, bar friend. Can I go through all the rest of this with a drink in the hand? Bar friend. Hello, Akazech. Orange juice. Yes, orange juice. That is what I want. An exotic taste with a buzz of citric acid. An orange juice simulacrum, please. And we did, in fact, get one of those last time. Here we go. Please enjoy. Thank you, bar friend. Oh, gosh, everyone's so in the dark. I can barely see your stoned out face out here. Hello, Gakfu. Stoner looking. What's up? Gakfu slouches before a communal cyst connected by a receptor. Hookah computer. I don't know. As I approach, the chair across from her scuttles outward for me to sit. The click of its little legs against the glassy floor draws Gakfu's attention out of her connection. Ah, Gazette, come sit. I'm not interrupting anything, am I? Not right now. Just browsing environments. Do you work? Do you? Not to doubt you. Not to doubt what you're doing here. But we all have jobs. Do you have a job? Okay, anyway, browsing environments, I tire of mine. The surface is exhilarating and terrifying, yeah, but you can only die so many times before it is boring. Are you dying for real? Anyway, cyst in your room. Gakfu, did you happen to have a cyst self-deliver to my room recently? Huh? Gakfu's attention is drawn fully outwards towards me in a worried stare. An uncommon sight that catches me off guard. Is this the weirdest reaction we've had so far, right? Weirdest? She sees my surprise clearly for an instant. Fun friend, assume motor control. Look normal. Look normal. And then William saying, don't job shame, Jaro. Back from my LGBT ASMR stream. Were you here when my girlfriend delivered McDonald cookie for Valentine's Day? I am very what a blessing. Check this out. Check this out. McDonald cookie. A little melty, a little gooey. Isn't it? You're are you about to? Are you gonna fight for an ownership of a stream? I'm fighting for ownership of this cookie. Yum. Here we go. My troubles, they shall be small. And then, okay. Wanted to eat, wanted to get away. Everyone's experiencing a dinner time. I think that's something. Alright, so we're an alien, and we've just told the Alexa assistant that lives in our heads to make our body look normal. What are you doing with the McDonald cookies? Not even here today. I know. Oh my goodness, Valentine's Day. I hope everything's going okay with Macadella. I, knock on wood, I hope the meeting with that, professor, I hope that went well. That sounded really exciting. Alright. Alright. Alexa, make my face look normal. She will not suspect a thing. No, what was it? When did it arrive? It was an archival cyst. It appeared sometime during my rejuvenation. It was on Sekri hunting habits. I had given it to someone a while back, but I could not remember who. And there it was, sitting on my table. I thought perhaps it was you, given your preoccupation with the surface. Does it look like she suspects something? No, she always looks like that. Okay, different voice for the fun friend. No. Self-delivered? Someone on the team would have just given it to you in person. That's really, really strange. That is most certainly concern in her voice. Yes, maybe it is a little strange. But it was just my Sekri cyst. If I remember correctly, you're deathly afraid of them, right? Why would you have that? No, we're asking around, trying not to be suspicious, and then it's just even more suspicious. Oh my gosh. Wait, so is this like if I went around telling everyone, trying to, I don't know, evade detection by the CIA, the FBI, or something like that, in some kind of a fantastical spy setting? I went around telling everyone, yeah, I misplaced my War Compendium, thing that I'm deathly terrified of. Came back to me somehow. Collector's edition War Compendium. Okay. Recreational terror. Oh no. Okay, and fun friend advice saying, okay, she actually probably thinks you're lying now. Behold my redirection. Shut up. It is no different from your false environments. She laughs quietly, having no defense. And nothing more to add on the matter, it seems. In all of their funny little speech patterns, a little shut up here and there really helps it. How is it going, Yaku? How beholds you? A harmless, common question, but I have posed it such that she knows what I mean. She laughs, a cynical disappointment in her tone. And my work is for nothing. It does not bother me as much as it should. Maybe because we never really knew what we were dealing with. Even if the theory is true, it was through your and Tozik's work that this discovery occurred. Besides, we do not have all of the data. Yeah. You could always join Bosco's field expedition. Perhaps we shift you and Tozik to work more frequently with the Bright Cousins? Her eyes grow distant, her connection drawn through the cyst's connection. Looking at her phone while she talks to you, what is up? Even so, she speaks. She is good at juggling reality and collective. Akazet, do you think anything else is possible? Of course, there is the construction of, no, not work. I mean the call. She chooses her words carefully here in public, but I know what she means. Okay, you know what she means. You, the character, know what she means, but me, the player, do I know what she means? I don't think I know what she means. You know what she means? Truthfully, I am not sure. It is in Velzy's nature to place the truth before us just out of reach, and just as fitting for it to be an illusion. I am not comfortable accepting it until we can prove it without a doubt. Kakfu is quiet for a long moment, her face still distant. I worry for an instant that she balanced too far into the collective and did not hear me. But she eventually responds, teasing me. Do you think every wall is a lie before you touch it? Sometimes things are as simple as they seem. Velzy is not out to get you. Anyway, I do not really care. I am fine with me and Tozik continuing pattern identification. It just means that I have more time for my false environments. You're just chillin'. You're just chillin' out here. Forget taking pride in your work. You sat down here to play video games. I hear you. I see you, girl. Wow. Subject Williams in the chat saying, I'm programming a rotating card. Update, it rotates. How did you do that? How did you do that? And then this is like a NeoCities website I'm playing. Do you know how to make one of these? Is that a totally different question? I would assume this is a totally different question from whatever it is you're doing. So we leave the recreation. Wow. Oh dear. Dude, I started floating. Whoa! Okay, talk to Fun Friend. Talk to the Alexa inside my head. Fun Friend. Hello, Akazet. That is everyone. Yes, it was. And nothing. Surely I spoke to the speaker at some point. But they must be well practiced in subterfuge. What if they don't remember themselves? Did you notice? No one else seemed concerned. What about Gakbu? She seemed surprised. True, but it is a strange matter to begin with. What if none of this is real to begin with, and the message was simply made to confuse me? No joke would ever be taken this far. They would simply have cracked at my confrontation. You're so confident you can predict their behavior. And to that end, could I be the only one who received this message? Why not Kavik? I would have seen it in his receptors if he was also contacted. If he was contacted. Wait, why isn't she wondering if, like, one of them was, like, the speaker of the message? If Kavik even was the speaker of the message? He's the greatest threat of all to any secrecy, and therefore the one you're least suspicious of. So what if he is a part of this conflict too? Akazet, everything is fine. I understand your worry, but there is no urgency here. Yes, you are right. Thank you, Fun Friend. I must calm myself, approach this rationally. But you understand, I cannot trust my own team, nor any of the crew here or home. It is like I am in a city usurped by Zuzukri, a violent parasitic surface fauna that hijacks the mind of a victim for use as a social camouflage. Oh dear. It's not intended to be profane here, but it can be profane. You have a parasite that hijacks your mind for social camouflage? You come from a terrifying planet. No wonder you all live underground, motherfucker. Okay. And what do I miss in the chat with my girlfriend. Saying that the ground's mind is the establishment and Gaku is just here to chill and grill. Gaku is just... I do love the design of that. It comes across so much. Very chill. And Williams is saying, most likely, this site is HTML5. You can do anything in HTML5, even 3D with shaders. If this was regular HTML with CSS and JavaScript, then the programmer is some kind of a person with a lot of free time. Okay. Okay. A basic understanding. You have it. You have it. HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And a lot of free time. Ooh, baby. Okay. Anyone could be compromised. Part of this game. And even if we continue our research work, what if we find something else too close to the truth? Will we be under even greater threat? Did I do anything? Do I do anything? Do I simply wait for the truth? It will be so long, so many eyes. Fun friend, you know I cannot simply stop my work, especially if we are just beyond the threshold of understanding the call. This is everything. Akazet, I cannot know what is right. I used the same voice for both of those. Back to Fun Friend voice. What Fun Friend voice was I doing? But you already know what I will say. I feel that you should simply wait. They said the team's research is still important, and it sounds like they have this under control. And getting involved will probably not lead to anything good. Perhaps you could simply continue with your team. I know. Yeah. Akazet, you really should probably not. The Bright Cousins. Akazet, did you ask the humans? The humans, they don't have, like, allegiance to you to, like, keep your secrets. The Echo implied they know nothing. The Envoy. Yes, I must speak to him. Perhaps if I place my words correctly. My research efforts could become twofold. One here with my team, careful not to cross this invisible line, and another more discreetly with his bureau, where we may discover what these groups seek to hide. Yes, if I can simply know what it is, then. Wait. Gordon has limited control. He is a part of a larger system. One of his leaders. He is. But our Bright Cousins are good with secrets. They know so much that could raise concern already. And not once has any of it ever hit their public mind. Oh dear. Hey, it's Pumbafo. Hello to you, Pumbafo. Happy Valentine's Day to you too. I hope you're having a good one. Hello. I hope there's lots of... I'm sending you some affection through the screen. What's up? What's up? Get a little. And then Cosmozoan telling us some secrets about the next part of the game. That the next part quite literally can't be done without HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Oh my. This is, quite remarkable. Indeed, they have very little correspondence outside of direct contacts. They've been talking like the aliens up in this are known to humans, but I don't know, gathering my thoughts, what are there a lot of things about these the corru beings that would frighten the general human public? I mean, they're already a little peculiar. Oh my gosh, we're sending a Valentine to everybody in the chat. Okay, the Valentine, YouTube user City Williams. There you go. And ooh, talk of 3D memories coming up. Okay. And I'm the only direct contact for the Call Research Initiative. Though there is Kasky's construction contact, our cross-initiative ties will make for some sensitive matters to avoid. They cannot detect the call with their own technology. Okay, wait, I'm doing the voice of the Alexa inside your head. And they do not possess the biology to interact with ours. How do you expect them to help you? Perhaps we can share a few things. Do you recall the murmurs of integrated bright technology? Since it was shelved, the technology division has stored much of the schematics plainly within embassy archives. Yes, this is coming together, is it not? How exciting. Akazet, I do not like this idea. But I will support you regardless. I hope so. You like a virtual assistant? That's what you do. Or you like literally my friend forever. Excellent. To the vessel then. Please contact him and tell him I am coming in person. Say that I have news of the call, and we must speak privately. Understood. Memory stream continues externally. We're going to the street spatial thought form. Okay. Ooh. So I should be able to go there later and see it anyway. I think I do want to end off here. Oh my goodness. I am actually full of intrigue, and I hope I get okay, like homework pressing down on my mind a little. I really do want to pick this back up a little bit tomorrow and get through like an actual chunk, because I keep edging myself with it, and I don't mean to be doing that. I want to know what's happening in the plot, and I don't want to be on edge for this long, and so like am I at any point yet? Okay. If I follow it, I do want to save at this point though. Oh no. The envoy and I step inside a dim meeting room, the blinds drawn as a kind of acknowledgement of our preferences. You're saying the edge is good sometimes? And then, Pumafo, noting that this is a game you're playing the first time I joined your stream. Yeah, I don't know if you're like still on vertical or something, but if you couldn't see all of it before, you can see maybe all of it now, I would think. Maybe. The envoy and I step inside a dim meeting room, the blinds drawn as a kind of acknowledgement of our preferences, secrecy. We sit. He sets a metal box on the table. My receptors are curled into spirals. This will be difficult. So, Akazet, what have you found? It's been a while since you've come to talk in person. Yes, it has been a while. I've been consumed with our work, you see. And while it has gone well in terms of progress, I cannot say that I am happy with our findings. There is a marked concern in his eyes. He does not want to interrupt. I understand why. Last we met, I felt an optimism that has not graced the eye in some time. You see, for all the time the call has been screamed into our communications, we have never been able to identify what exactly is being said. And we still cannot, but we know how it is being said. I pause for too long. I must choose my words carefully. He sips his little drink. The running theory was that it was just noise being broadcast to draw attention, right? You're saying that's no longer the case? Yes, exactly. In truth, it is a deliberate transmission, and it is trying to convey something exact. The method is not one that is used in our modern communications. It predates many optimizations we made. You could describe it as raw thought. His face contorts in confusion. Does he not believe me? So what's it saying? And how'd your team reach that conclusion? Haven't you been listening to this thing for, 32 years? Your answer comes simply, Gordon. The message is not complete, but it has finally matched enough patterns for us to confirm its methods. Were you able to trust this guy? This is sketchy to me. You just sort of assumed that humans weren't involved in, I don't know, whatever threatening presence that was at all. It has taken this time to reach what we believe to be, maybe half past its full length. And we cannot process the message until we have nearly all of it. He stares at me, waiting, frozen, baffled. I find myself poking holes in the lid of my orange beverage with the sharp points of my fingers to delay my next words. I should not speak of the finer details yet. For your reference, it would take a full day for a Selkie to be portrayed in this medium. A little food? A little banana? Whoever is sending this message is not only using archaic means, but is transmitting something so large that, we have all wondered if it is even possible to comprehend, or if it is, recommendation, do not say that. No, you're right. What? Nothing. Apologies. It is just the scale of this that has been weighing upon me. The mystery of the source has been compounding with each discovery, and this recent development has many of my team working in more solemn silence. He takes a sip. I see unease in the gentle shake of his hand. Before he speaks, he leans forward in his chair. His eyes are distant. Jesus. And Gazette, if all of this is right, you said this theory is confirmed, right? Without any doubt, my friend. The consistent patterns of raw thought appear at regular percentages of message length. So this thing that's been in our ocean, before your people even showed up, and is using obesque communication methods, is intelligent. Well, no, that may not be entirely the case. It could be something corusistic, as it must be, that has been taught to relay this message. But otherwise, that is correct. The envoy runs his fingertips through his hairline. Alright, yeah, that's news. I see why you wanted to talk in private this time. How many people have you told this? No one beyond my team. We are all keeping this information to ourselves for now. It is selfish, but our initiatives for trade and research are going so well with your people. We do not want to disrupt them with this news. But we, my team, are lost. We must wait. We must wait a long time with this on our shoulders. The envoy exhales loudly and clasps his hands together. Alright, here's what I suggest we do. I need to talk to a few people. We'll keep this info confidential, internal with the Bureau. Do you think this thing could be a threat? I laugh a little. It has been screaming for 32 of your years, and must continue for many more before we can begin to understand it. I do not think it has plans to engage in any other activities this time. No, wait, I'm scared. I'm scared. You don't think that? But do you know that? Wow. Okay, well, at least there's that, huh? He takes a moment to finish his drink before continuing. You have any other findings to share? Nothing with as much certainty. We have a potential radius it could be in, but must do more polygonation. It is about where I estimated last time we met. Got it. Let's wrap this up then. Gazette, keep this quiet for now. It's not just your side that could get riled up. We'll be in touch, alright? We both rise. I sense the weight of my dread being shared upon his shoulders. Of course, Gordon. Here, I'll walk you out. Okay. I'm pretty sure we both just got exposed to top secret info, LMAO, because I've never heard this part about the call. Probably gonna have to sign some NDAs after this. You're gonna have to sign some NDAs. You're not just prancing around in here. I forget what the status of your organization was. And Akazet went to us for help before her own people. I wonder if they even know about this. I want to say this memory is probably just incoherent, but it's too well structured. Don't really know how to take this. Don't mind me, keep doing your thing. I guess just end recollection for now, because I really wanted to save and get out of here, because some things are pressing down on my mind. Let's figure out all of that. Wow. Oh my goodness. Thank you for tuning in. I am fascinated by this as ever. A thing in the ocean screaming for 32 years is very funny indeed. Thank you very much for stopping by, and I think I'm downloading a save file indeed. Well, let's hope that goes correctly. Have an excellent rest of your night or day, however